So I've been on the internet for a hot minute, and in my time on the internet, I have seen a lot of stupid stuff. I've seen waifu memes, I've seen Pen Island meme, I've seen overattached girlfriend meme, the works, right? And in my time on the internet, one thing kind of reigns supreme. That is copyright. Very specifically music copyright, but I'm kind of lumping in the DMCA everywhere. I've talked a number of times about not only my experience with DMCA, but also just in general what I think of DMCA. I think, yeah, it's not necessarily fair if I were to, say, upload the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy in 4K extended edition, right, to YouTube, and nobody's going, hey, you know, we should probably not do that, okay? We earned this money, or we need you to take that down. Okay, like, I'm totally behind that. I come from the era where we watched anime on YouTube, right? We had part 1 of 3, part 2 of 3, part 3 of 3, maybe a part 4 of 4, right? And you had to go to one channel for part 1, you had to go to another channel for part 2, and it's looked like it's on a cell phone, right? It's captured, recorded on an old cell phone, quality's just awful. And then you go back to the original channel to find part 3, right? And the evolution of copyright has been interesting in terms of YouTube. So today, why I'm talking about this specifically is I got a notification from YouTube, right? Got a notification. Notification was like, hey, there's new copyright matches. We should, should have you check that out. You should go do this. And so naturally, as with anything else, it's like, sure, yeah, I'll go check it out. What's going on? Is somebody reacting to my content? Someone doing something with it? And reality truly is stranger than fiction, right? I've had problems with, companies like Epidemic Sound for, even while paying for a license, they're still copyrighting me, or someone on behalf of them is still copywriting me. Had a whole 2 video things on that. But today, I question YouTube at this point. Because, as you can see on screen, I'm blinking some channel names out because, I, 1, don't own this content, but 2, I want to make sure I'm respecting their privacy. What I want to bring to your attention specifically is that on the top, why is the PlayStation Japan official Dawn Trail launch trailer even a part of this? We have a consistent problem on YouTube with copyright. We have a consistent issue with fraudulent DMCA claimants, fraudulent claimants, etc. And I think getting this notification, looking and seeing Dawn Trail here, right, the Dawn Trail trailer from the official PlayStation Japan channel, seeing that I could potentially copyright this is an absolute overstep in my opinion. Now, naturally, because I'm a rational human being, because I do not own the rights to Dawn Trail, Final Fantasy XIV, Square Enix, etc., I don't own any of that, right? I was reacting to a video. I think that that's, whatever, like, cool. People react to it. People react to game trailers all the time, right? Asmongold reacts to videos. Moist Critical reacts to videos. It's the sphere. When we start getting into this territory, it starts getting a little problematic, because if I could even remotely file a DMCA claim on this, if I could even remotely try to copyright this, I should be having to provide evidence. I should be having to provide documentation, notarized legal, etc., that I own the property, right? And I, not even going to go through this, right? I don't want any doubt, any whatever, right? I don't want to go through this process, accidentally submit something because I don't own the content, And I think that this is important to point out because this is dumb. But let's be real, this is dumb. I've talked about some things that I've worked in that are stupid, right? Working at a financial institution, being a kind of ground level worker, and having the credentials and access to override the entire financial institution's email, right? Like just, hey, this email, right? Hey, it blocks all these attachments. You can't download links because it'll compromise their system, right? The fact that I could override that while not being a manager, lead, anything like that, just a ground level employee that asked, hey, I can't actually receive this, that's dumb. This is dumb. I should in no way, shape, or form be able to copyright this. And so why I'm talking about this in the first place is I think this sheds a little bit of light in regards to why we're seeing so many copyright things on YouTube, right? If you were to say, hypothetically, upload something, right? Say if I were to upload a Dawn trailer and Endwalker reaction trailer, and it was able to ping the original source material for that, right? I think, it runs into a situation where, well, this claimant is coming out of nowhere, and yes, absolutely, I'm sure PlayStation Japan, Sony, Square Enix, etc., whoever owns the copyright here is going to be able to counter that just fine. But why is it even getting to that point? That's my problem. Why is it even getting to the point that this is even a thing? So I've said for a number of streams, said for a number of years, copyright is in for a big overhaul, right? We have the Metallica versus Unfaith case for the chord progression that kind of set precedent for audio. We have consistent issues with companies like Epidemic Sound, Superbam Inc., etc., where there's massive complaints, like just Google X company copyright, and you'll see a lot of people complaining, right? And this also feeds into that. So it's interesting to look at least from a, I'm just minding my own business, right? I'm getting ready to stream some Final Fantasy 14 today and some Dawn Trail, as you can see in the photo, right? But this is egregious, in my opinion. Like, I understand why this is here, and if someone like, say, I don't know, say Asmongold did a video, or say Moist Critical did a video, Some Ordinary Gamers, Maxor, right? Anybody that I've reacted to, right? This is a tool in which their original content is able to be, hey, somebody's reacting to this. This dingus Kip is reacting to this, right? And it shows that he's using, 100% of my copyright, 100% of my thing, right? I think that there's a valid use case for this. When it comes to React content, I think the discussion now needs to become, does this need to be tagged appropriately? Does this need to be done in a specific manner? Does YouTube need a different category for this? Does YouTube need a different, not necessarily site, right? But, we have like YouTube Kids, right? YouTube Reacts. But even then, I think that would be over-branding. I think it would be over-leveraging themselves on a platform that's already operating in the red. You see how this one situation is now evolving into multiple, questions? And at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily throwing shade at YouTube here. I understand that these are tools. This is absolutely asinine and just kind of boggles me that I don't hold the copyright for this. And I'm able to, say, oh yeah, channel copyright. There's a match to this. Yeah, your copyright is for, Dawn Trail's trailer. I don't know. This is a silly situation that I found myself in. And obviously, for all intents and purposes, in full disclosure, no, I'm not going to act on any of this, right? And if somebody were to react to my content, as long as they're not just doing a straight re-upload, right? I mean, sure. I don't think reacting to a reaction is necessarily the call, and I can prove that from an evidence standpoint because I used to react to Asmongold, right? Reacted to a few videos, didn't do well, but at that point, people watching Asmongold for Asmongold totally makes sense. This is weird. This is so strange. And I think that I just haven't heard anybody talk about this or talk about the back end of this. This should not even remotely be a thing, or there needs to be some kind of protections. If you're someone like Disney, if you're someone like Marvel, if you're someone like, Final Fantasy, Square Enix, Capcom, etc., Warner Brothers, right? And you have, a movie and you're like, oh, well, they're just re-uploading, part 14 of 15, that's 20 minutes long of Return of the King, right? Sure. Whatever. Cool. Yeah. That's why that should be used. Giving this to your average person, I think, opens up a lot. And, going into the pirate software arguments where, is this YouTube's fault? No, it technically is not. YouTube is a safe haven. They're, safe harbor laws. And so what happens is they're kind of the middleman here, where YouTube just receives a claim, and they're like, whoa, we're receiving legal claim here, because that's what a copyright claim is. Copyright claim, strike, etc. Those are legal claims, right? We're receiving this legal claim. We're going to do this action, or you need to respond with this action, and you guys can figure that out. And at the end of the day, if it ends up getting escalated, that's when you and the party claiming end up going to court. The issue with the system, and I believe some Ordinary Gamers did point this out, where the claimant can back down. So if I were to claim this, right, if I were to claim a video here, and they didn't want to fight it, I win. Or if I claim it, and they fight back, and for some reason YouTube favors me, right, and then it's at that point we're starting to get into court, discussion about legal battles, etc. I can just back out. I think that there does need to be a fault for that, and I think there's greater discussions that can happen here. But at the end of the day, this is just the ramblings of somebody that is just so boggled by YouTube copyright and just ran into a situation that, I still can't process this. This is so strange to me. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have experienced something similar with copyright. Let me know if you agree that this is kind of dumb. We're talking like SpongeBob, Doodle Bob, throw the bowling ball at Patrick, right? That level of dumb. And, at the end of the day, I would definitely be starting to have these conversations about copyright, especially if you're a YouTube content creator, especially if you're even a React content creator, right? We can make a platform better together. And that starts with policing people that, knowing that this is a thing, can and will abuse the system, which has happened a number of times before, and I'm sure people in the comment section will be citing cases where this has been abused. But that is all. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching an impromptu 10-minute video on Kip ranting about stuff. And all of you have a good day.